Yes.
Hi guys, it's Kubi here from Fishing at Bite Me. We're going to show you guys a baiting tool, Easy Bait or Bait Easy. It's a nice new tool that is being designed to help you guys who are making baits. So it's quite an easy tool to use. So firstly what you do is just dip it into the water. It will just make it a little bit easier to slide the bait off. So I'm guys going to show you a chokka and prawn combination. A lot of guys says you can't use circle hooks in this facet, but you can. There's no certain way or different way that you can do it. So what I'm going to do is, this is Patagonian squid, we just tie it in half. So I'm just going to cut it in another and a half strip. So you got basically 2 strips. And then same with your prawn, there's a nice like a big prawn. So take your prawn, you split your prawn in half. You can go right through the prawn in half. So while we do that, I'm going to show you guys now while we are doing that. So that's what you do with that. I'm going to use a slightly bigger circle hook, just a 6-0, to show you guys that this is basically a 4-0 or 6-0 mustard. It's a 6-0 mustard demon light circle. A smallish circle for your edibles and stuff you guys can use. You can use it with a dingle dangle as well, but if you want to tie the bait straight on there, especially on your smaller fish as well, if you're using small circles, you can do the same way. So what we're going to do first is I'm just take a piece of chokka, put a piece of chokka inside the baiting tool. Just make sure it's wet, as I said, wet. Slide the chokka on there, and then what we'll do is we'll add a piece of prawn on top of the chokka. So you've got your chokka and prawn already on the bait itself. Take your cotton and then just start winding around it slightly. You'll see the baiting tool makes it a lot easier to keeping the bait straight. You'll see there the bait's lying nice and straight into this baiting tool. So we just continue on with that, and then what we do is now is you can add a piece of chokka over that prawn now on that side. But before we do that, let's just take our circle hook. I'm going to take a circle hook. We just go into the prawn with the point, and you come out at the bottom to make sure that circle hook is sitting nice and proud, and then take your line, pull it straight down on the side of the bait. That's where the Bait Easy comes into play. You just take your line, you tie it straight onto the bait itself. No fuss, just easy to make that, and it keeps your line nice and straight onto the bait so it doesn't move. So a couple winds around just to keep it in place, and then just go a couple of winds around the circle hook's eye, just to, of the bend of the circle hook, just to keep your hook into place around the bait. And then I'm going to take a piece of chokka just to cover that up. Just put it around your chokka, and then the same thing, just take your tool, just go around and then mate it up. So you see there guys, it's just nice and straight lying in the tool already there. So there's no fuss and hassles with this. Just go around the circle hook again, just go around a couple more turns. So there's your bait basically done. You can now, if you want to, on the back of this, just add another piece of prawn just for some more flavor. That's the lucky thing about the tool, is you can go around this thing completely, because it's at the end of the day, it's gonna pull off the bait nice and easy from the tool itself. So there's your prawn. Just fold your prawn nice and down, and over the bait you can go and tie that on basically. So now the bait is done. All that you guys do now is you just take the bait, tie it off, and then as I said in the last one, just take the bait, take your hands, wiggle it slightly, and then pull. As you go down, wiggle slightly and pull. What happens is you pull the bait off completely. There you go guys, you see the base is nice and straight, circle looks nice and proud at the bottom, the bait's nice and streamlined because of the tapering of the baiting tool, and there you go, a quite easy bait to tie. The bait's nice and straight, it's stiff, the hook can't fall down as you guys can see, so it just makes your life a lot easier in making some nice baits, and it will work a lot easier for you guys at the end of the day.
Right.
Hi guys, it's Kubi here from Fishing at Bite Me. I'm going to show you guys a new baiting tool this morning, the Bait Easy. We are busy with this tool, just creating it and just making more finer tuning to it. You'll get it in a small one, you'll get it in a big one as well. So I'm going to show you guys quickly. We've got some mussel here, and then we've got some chokka and prawn. So just to show you guys a small chokka and prawn combination bait, as well as a mussel bait for more for your smaller type of fish, your galjoens, steenbrows in Namibia and so forth, which you can do. So basically what you'll do is you'll just take your mussel out of its shell. Obviously you'll get white mussel on top there. We're just going to use a normal mussel just for illustration purposes today. So what you're going to do basically is you don't have to cut the mussel at all. You can keep it as is. In Namibia you get a lot bigger mussels, you can just cut it smaller. So what you'll do is basically on this is just to fine tune this and stuff. Put it on the baiting tool. I'm going to take your cotton, and then what we do is with this is we tie this into a small ball onto the baiting tool. The baiting tool is shaped, so it just helps tying this chokka bait into a little more streamlined section as well. You're going to battle with your normal as well. So just take it around, couple winds of cotton around it. Then what you do is you come with your circle hook. I'm just going to use the number 10 circle hook for this illustration purposes. You go through the bait on the circle, so you just hook the circle in, go in, and then come out on the side of the circle hook. So circle hook, you want the bait to be tied on the back of the circle and not on the front. So basically you'll see the circle is quite proud at the moment there where it is. And then you just take your line and you bend your line straight down the bait. This just makes it easy because you've already tied that piece on there around it. Go a couple winds just around the circle just to secure the bait around there, and then a couple winds around there. That's basically that. That's your prawn bait done. All you do is take both hands, just slide the bait off, and then what you do is basically, there you go, you've got a nice muscle presentation. So your circle hook is nice and proud at the back, so there's it open, so when the fish grabs it, it will grab it all the time in the corner of the mouth. So there you go guys, a small mussel bait. Hi guys, it's Squibby from Fishing Ain't Bite Me. We showed out a couple of videos, the small easy bait tool, bait easy, just to make your life a lot easier in making some baits. So we're going to use the bigger one now, especially for the guys that's going to Namibia. Sardine, it's one of your best baits up in Namibia for your big carp and stuff. So I'm going to use the bigger tool just to make a whole sardine bait basically now for you guys. So it makes it easy to do this bait, it's not difficult to do, and it's just going to make your life a lot easier and stuff as well. So as you see, there's the big tool. So what you do is just cut the head off of the sardine. So you cut the head off. Now a lot of the guys in Namibia like to use fillets. Fillets works very well, so you cut it off there. I'm not going to use fillets for this purposes. I'm going to cut the bait straight in half. So straight in half, right through. So you've got two sides basically to your sardine that at the end of the day you can use. Some of the guys use one for one bait and one for another bait. So let's just use one for now. So all that you're going to do basically is on this bait, to make it easy, is take your hook. I'm going to hook the hook into the tool. Hook it in there, and then the line's going to lie straight back at the tool that you're going to see there. So now what you do is, with the hook lying in there, I'm going to take my sardine bait, flesh side down, because you want the flesh side to be down on this bait. You don't want it to be outside. If the water is discolored, you can go the other way around. So all that I'm going to do is start with your cotton, and you're going to start going around the tool and this. Now what the tool will do is keep the bait nice and straight for you on the bait itself. So just go on with your winds of cotton. You can go around, tie it nice on there, go around the eye of the hook. Just make sure you go around it just to tie it off there so the bait doesn't slide. So continue on going around your bait with the cotton. And at the end of the day, what this allows you to do is to keep the bait nice and straight. You don't have to battle with the bait. Couple of winds of cotton going around, tie it off, and then all that you do now on this point is take your bait, and all you do is take your fingers and you slide the bait off from the tool. And as you'll see there, it's a quite streamlined straight bait. All what you did is, I just took my finger as the bait's hooked in there, and you take your finger in the back and you just together with your hand slide the bait off. When the bait is frozen, it will be a lot easier. This bait is thawed out a little bit, but there you guys, there you can see it's a nice big sardine bait. Hook is nice and proud, tied off, and it's just going to make your life a lot easier in making some nice baits. You can add chokka on there if you will. You can really play around and make a nice bait there. But as you guys can see, it's a very nice streamlined bait. It's tied into place because of the cotton that we use and the tool, so the bait's not bent. So there you go.